Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be probably long, but I mean, realistically, it's me. What video isn't long, right? I have a lot to talk about because it has been a while since I've done a video. And you know what? I'll be right back. Well, you'll be right back. It'll be a few minutes for me. I'm gonna write down an outline because y'all know how I can ramble and like I never get said what needs to be said. So give me a minute. I'm going to create an outline so I can try and stay on track because I think if I start making notes for videos, these will be a lot better. So I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back and I think I have a good amount of kind of outline of what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm still probably going to ramble because that's just the things that I do, you know? So first off, yes, very first thing I'm going to say is, I know I always come on here, and I know I'm always, every video, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've posted, because it always seems like I post like once a month or something like that, right? Or even less than that. And sometimes I post a couple times in a row, and then I don't post at all, and it's just like, get your stuff together. But, you know, that's kind of the reality of living my life, is I don't always get my stuff together. I can't always get my stuff together. And yeah, there are definitely times that I could try harder, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I found for me, like, filming is really easy. I really enjoy filming. Editing is the hard part. I don't know what it is, but editing is just so tedious, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. And so I have like all this footage, and I'm like, I just need to edit it and get it up, but then I find other things to do, and I don't edit my videos. I mean, I don't get them edited, so I don't get them up. And that's frustrating because I want to connect more with you guys. I'm sure you want to know what's going on with me. I'm still not used to the fact that I'm wearing contacts. Like, especially I haven't been wearing contacts for a few days now because I haven't been feeling good. Like, I've been actually quite ill for the past few days. So I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, my eyes are like so puffy and my face just looks really weird without contacts. But anyways, that's beside the point. Not on the list. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of try and make a deal with myself that I'm not going to apologize anymore. But I'm not going to come on here and be like, I'm sorry, it's been long, I know, or like I always do this and blah, blah, blah. Because, I don't know. There's just, like, why do I have to apologize? It's my channel. Like, I can do whatever I want. And I need to stop being so down on myself about things when I can't get stuff done because I'm working on other things. And actually, I have been really productive the past 2 months. During this whole quarantine, actually, has been really good for me as far as productivity. Like, I'll do a separate video about the quarantine because otherwise this video is going to be way too long. But yeah, I've been doing good. It's just YouTube has not been a focus during this time. And that's okay because this is not my job. You know, this is a hobby. And yeah, I would like to be able to grow this channel and eventually make money off it. That would be amazing. But realistically, YouTube is not my main focus in life. And it's okay that I am not posting all the time because that's just how it's going to be for me. And I need to stop getting down on myself. Like, I think I'm saying this more for myself than for you guys because, like, I know a lot of you don't really care one way or the other. And a lot of people who find my channel, like, I know there are a lot of people that only watch a couple videos that are like related to a couple things. Like, they don't necessarily watch all my videos, so whatever. But kind of going off that, I really do, and I know I say this every time, but I really do want to get back into editing. I mean, doing videos and being engaged in YouTube. And I've made some really good friends through YouTube, and I feel like I've let those friendships really slide because I just haven't been as engaged. And I really want to fix that. So I'm setting a tentative goal for myself, and I'm not going to be like super strict about it because when I get super strict about certain goals I'm like one of those people that, like, I'm super competitive and I'm super a perfectionist, and so if it's not done right, like, I beat myself up so badly. And if, like, I miss something because of something unavoidable, like, which happens in my life a lot, which is ridiculous. But say I'm supposed to be posting, like, I'm editing my videos today and posting, and I get a terrible migraine, and I honestly just cannot do anything but lay in bed with ice on my head and try and sleep. Like, that's not my fault. I have no control over that, so why am I mad at myself that I didn't get it done? You know, it's stuff like that. I'm really bad about not allowing myself grace and allowing myself to say like, okay, yeah, sometimes there are times when you should have done it and you were being lazy, but other times it's not in your control, and then that's okay. So I'm not holding that hard and fast to this rule, but on the times that I can, when I'm not having horrible migraines or other weird health things, I want to post it. No, I want to post once a week. I was going to say at least once a week, but no, I'm going to post once a week. If I set a goal for one video a week, I think that is doable for me. I think I can do that. And I might do more sometimes. I might do a little bit less sometimes. But if I can really say, okay, one video a week, that's my goal. That's kind of what I do. I'm not going to set a day because, again, you know, that day I get really sick, or that day something in the family happens. Because, guys, holy crap, I have more to tell you about family stuff. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, like if something like that happens, like I can't guarantee that I'll be available that certain day. And so maybe one day it'll be a Saturday, and the next day it'll be a Sunday, and that'll be for those 2 weeks. If that makes sense. So yeah, and that's just what's gonna happen. Again, I'm not holding myself like super fast to this rule, because I will beat myself up about it if I'm not able to do it, even if it's out of my control. Like that's something I'm working on, is learning how to not feel guilty and not feel bad about things that I have no control over, like at all, like completely no control over. But yet I still feel like I should have done more, or I should have pushed through it, when like you can't, you know? So I don't know. It's stupid, but that's just kind of my mindset that needs to change. So I'm working on changing that. Okay, so moving on. I just got done with a business meeting, I guess you could call it. So I know I touched on this a little bit. I believe I talked about it in my January, like my New Year video, where I have something going on, like a project. I don't want to say a project. Something in the works in my life that is good. And I am looking forward to it, and I'm excited. And that is mainly what has been occupying my time for the past few months, is this thing. And I've been hesitant to like talk about it. I mean, I'm really excited, and I'm willing to share about it, but like I just feel like I'm almost scared to like talk about people that already know me, and I'm kind of just want to like share it to people who don't have any idea who I am. Is that weird? I don't know. I'm gonna start my own business, and I'm really excited about it. Now, I've tried in the past to do my own business, and it has failed miserably. I have worked for a couple MLM companies, which that's a whole other story, but let's just say, nope, didn't work out, and I am no longer supportive of the MLM world. And then also I tried to have my sewing business, which I believe I have talked about this before on this channel, like a long time ago, where I would make handmade, like hand sewn home decor stuff, and it just failed, and it didn't go anywhere, and I didn't make any sales. Like I lost a lot of money investing in that. So I've been scared about this, because I'm like, I've tried before and I failed, and it just hasn't worked out. But this has been in the works since October maybe, of last year. So at least more than 6 months, you know. I have been really thinking about this, really praying about this. I mean, this just feels different to me. I have been in prayer about this, and I need to be in prayer more about it. Like, I'm feeling convicted right now, because lately I haven't been praying about it. But in the beginning, I was like real honest with God, and I said, hey, you know, like, I need to know if this is something that I can do or not. Like, I need you to be so clear on this, because Josh, for those of you who are new, my boyfriend, he's actually investing in me. And it's not a lot. Like, honestly, I think overall it's less than $2,000 for like everything. And even then it's closer to like $1,000. Like just a little over $1,000 total that he would be investing in me for me to get started and like actually have like a good amount of stuff. So thankfully this business is not going to cost very much. So thankfully. But I'm like, if I'm going to ask him to do this, I need to know I can do this. Like, I need to know this is the right thing. I need to know this isn't just some whim that I have. It's just some fleeting hobby, because I do this all the time. And this thing I'm working on my counselor with is I've become so obsessed with something and I dive into something so fully that like it consumes my life, and then I burn out. And that's what happened with the fabric thing. I was staying up to like 2 a.m. sewing and watching YouTube videos and planning and all these things. It's like my whole life revolved around that, and I did not give myself time for other things, and I burned out. And again, other things too, I think that's kind of what happens is with everything in my life. It's not just business stuff. But I become obsessed with something, and then I burn out on it, and I don't have anything to do with it for months on end, and then I'll come back to it again later, maybe, you know? I'm like, I can't do that, because that's, if I want like a real business, I can't just do it that way. I have to do this correctly. And so really I felt the Lord saying, okay, yes, I approve, and yes, I'm giving you the go ahead, but go slow and do it right. And so I am, because before I think I jumped into it so fast, and I was like, I'm gonna start a business, and then like not even a month later I had like stuff on Etsy, and it just didn't work because I didn't actually take the time to research and learn business. Like, I don't know much about business. I've never owned a business. I have never grown up in the mindset of business. I've grown up in a really blue-collar family, always hardworking, but hardworking laborers versus hardworking business owners, which is fine. I mean, that's obviously nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying that I don't have a background in this, and I haven't gone to school for it. You know, no one has ever really taught me about business. I've never really been that interested in it. As far as like the actual business side of things, it's not necessarily my interest. I mean, I'm definitely learning to like it. Yeah, so I have been wanting to do this for a while, and talked it over with Josh, and he's giving me the go ahead, and he's invested in me, and which is a bit scary. I mean, he has told me though, even though he's like invested in me, he's like, even if I don't make the money back, like it's not gonna hurt our relationship, and he's not gonna be mad at me, or whatever, because he's like, it's not a financial strain on him to invest in me, basically. It's just a little extra that he would have just put into savings anyways. So he's like, hey, if it makes you happy, I'll do it. Like, my boyfriend, you guys, he's the perfect man. But I feel myself like I don't want to let him down, and I don't want to waste his money. And so, well, I kind of made a deal with him. Like, he was like, you know, you can do what you want. He's like, realistically, for his thing is he's not investing, he's just helping me. Like, he's just giving it to me, like, not expecting a return. But for me, I'm like, no, I want this to be a thing where we get a return out of it. Even if that money doesn't necessarily go back to him, it'll pay for other things in my life, which he helps with anyways. So it's like, realistically, it all goes back in the same place, kind of thing. I have been really feeling like, okay, like God is telling me, like, yeah, this is good. Like, you can do this. I will help you through this as long as you go slow and you do it the right way. And so I joined a business membership, I guess. I should probably tell you what the business is. I'm not going to go too in depth into like actually what I'm going to be doing. All I'm going to say is that this lovely machine behind me, this beautiful Cricut maker here, is going to be a big part of my business. We're just going to say that. As I get going closer to launch and all that, I will go more in depth in like what I'm actually doing in products and all that. But as of now, I'll just say it's a crafting type business. We'll just go with that. So I found this lady on YouTube because I was just looking up like Cricut videos to learn how to use the machine. Oh, Josh bought me this for Christmas, by the way. Like, it was an investment, but it was also a Christmas present, so. I've had it since November because I got it on Black Friday because they had a really good deal. So that's actually the only reason why I was able to afford it, was because of the Black Friday sale. But anyway, so I was looking up videos on like how to use the Cricut and learning the Cricut and all that kind of stuff. And I came across this amazing woman. Her name is Auntie Tay, or that's her business. Her YouTube channel is Auntie Tay. I will link below and all that stuff if you guys want to check her out. She's awesome. And she has a business membership where basically the whole thing is you join this membership, and she basically helps you, and her team help you to become a successful business owner. And it's very inexpensive compared to a lot of other business things, something that I can actually afford. At first I was like, okay, a lot of times, you see these things that are like, oh yeah, get one-on-one personal help, and in reality it's like a computer system or whatever, and they just are like, read these pamphlets, and then that's it. So I was a little bit like, oh, this is probably gonna be like that, like we're just gonna, she'll just post things, but we're not actually gonna be able to interact with her personally because, she's like this big business owner and doesn't have time for people. And which, whatever, that's okay. But it's so not, though. She is like, I literally just got off a Zoom meeting with her and other business members, and she actually takes the time to like get to know us each individually, learn about our businesses, and like actually help us. And I'm just like, that is so freaking cool. And like, so it's such a godsend. And like, I know that the Lord is the one who put me in this position, because it's amazing. So if any of you are interested in crafting this stuff at all, go check out her channel, because she's awesome. I'll post that link and everything down below. But yeah, so I joined her business membership, and over the past 3 weeks, I think this is week 3. Yeah, we have been doing weekly meetings where basically we're just coming onto Zoom, getting to know everybody, and kind of talking about like what challenges we have in our business, like what kind of advice do we need, and all that. So this first couple weeks have just been kind of getting to know people, getting ideas of like what do we need out of these meetings and that kind of thing. And it's so amazing. Like, we just got off like literally just right before I started filming this, and one of the main things that we're talking about was like how there's no drama and we're supporting each other and that we can help each other out. And I was just like, I need this so much. Like, I don't have any friends. I don't. And I really don't have any strong women who can like lift me up and support me, I mean, I do have, there are people that I know, but like I'm not close with, like, that kind of close with people. And I'm not saying I'm close with these people either yet, but I feel like this is opportunity for me to get to know others that like are in the same mindset as me, or in the same kind of business as me, and like are actually willing to give me advice and help and help me grow. Like, and that's so cool. It's like a mentorship kind of thing, I guess. Like I said, we were talking about like how there's no drama and everyone's just like amazing. And then we were talking about like, okay, doing live videos. And so I mentioned that like I have this channel, and I've talked about like, I don't necessarily do lives on here. I think I've done lives a couple times, like a long time ago, but just in general about posting and getting yourself out there. And I was talking about how a lot of times my videos, I don't look like this in my videos. I look really haggard because in reality, I am most of the time, because I'm sick. And I don't have the energy to take a shower every single day, or do my hair or do my makeup all the time. Very rarely, I mean, I'm trying to get better at that and taking steps to take care of myself better, but a lot of times I am just in bed, or I change into my day pajamas, So I was kind of mentioning that like it's okay, because I feel like a lot of times with you guys, I feel like I get more engagement when I'm just real and honest, and like you just see me for who I am. And I, especially because I'm like talking about my illness, like I want to show you guys real life, and real life is not, I mean, it is this obviously because I did it today, but like real life most of the time for me is wearing my glasses, not putting on any makeup, not doing my hair. Yeah, because that's just reality when you're sick. And it kind of gave me motivation to start doing this again and get back into this and saying, okay, hey, I need to just do it. Like, that's what we were talking about. A couple people were saying too, like, just put yourself out there. Like, who cares if you have the perfect lighting, the perfect setup and all that, which at the beginning I didn't care. And then I started growing, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure all these things are correct or I can't film. Like, I've been so neglecting filming because just stuff hasn't been perfect. And I'm like, why? Why does it matter? Like, if people are interested in me, they're interested in me, not in my background, and not in this perfect lighting and perfect editing and all these things. Like, just put it out there. And that's what I used to do. Like, when I first started this channel, I was posting a video like every single day. And that's too much. Like, that's why I talk about burnout, right? It was too much. But back then, it was just like, I was filming on my crappy iPhone 5C that had really bad film. And sometimes I would film on my tablet, which wasn't any better because it's like a cheapy, one of those like buy a phone, get a free tablet thing. like bottom of the line, and like bad lighting, everything. I didn't care. So it's like, why do I care now? You know, I just need to get videos out there because I want to talk to you guys and I want to be a part of this community again. And I feel like I've really kind of fallen away from the YouTube community, the chronic illness community, and I want to get back into that. And it's so hard because I'm always afraid, like, what if my illness gets bad again? What if I have like a really bad flare and I can't do anything for weeks? And it's like, you know what? Okay, this has to come back to Auntie Tay. She posted a video yesterday. What's the date today? It's the 15th? 16th. April 16th. No? April 9th? I don't know. It's a Thursday after Easter, whatever date that is. She posted a video yesterday, so that would have been Wednesday, talking about how she's been dealing with grief and not wanting to, because she's been vlogging right now, and she's like not wanting to put videos on when she's vlogging, and life is hard. And she said something that I was just like, that is God, like, speaking through her to me. And I wrote it down because it was just like, she was just talking and she just said something, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And she says, stop trying to wait for life to get better. Maybe you should just do it in the middle of life sucking. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you loud and clear, because I feel like he's been telling me that for so long, that I keep putting things off. I keep putting life off, waiting for it to get better, waiting for my illness to go away, waiting for, I don't even know. But I'm like, how is it going to get better if I don't do anything to make it better? If I just sit here and do nothing, it's not going to change. Yet for so long in my life, and so many things, I've just sat around and nothing, waiting for it to change, because when it changes, then I can do it, because it'll be better, and I'll be able to then. It's like, just realizing now, like, how messed up that mindset is, and I don't know. So that video really, I mean, it ministered to me. Like, I know she probably didn't mean it that way. Like, she was just expressing that she's been dealing with some really heavy grief in her life, but it really ministered to me, and it's crazy how God works that way. So I was like, you know what? I just need to get on here and just do it. Just post videos again. Even if it's just me laying in bed talking to you guys. Like I used to do that. I used to just post little clips of vlog videos, right? And I just haven't. I'm like, I need to just do it because I love doing it. I love connecting with you. And I know when I see other people's videos, when they're doing stuff like that, it makes me feel so not alone. And so, like, wow, other people are dealing with this too. I'm not the only one, because so often in my life, and I think people who deal with chronic illness or any kind of issue like that, disability or anything, you just feel like you're alone. And you feel like no one else understands. No one else has gone through this. A lot of times for me, I feel like I'm a loser. I feel like I will never accomplish anything in my life because I'm 31 years old and I haven't accomplished anything yet. And even though I know, like, here, that there's a good reason for that, is because of my disability and because of my illness, there are things that, like, I just cannot physically do, and that's okay. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, I need to just kind of get over it, and be okay with not being perfect and not getting things done. But, like, in here, in my heart, I still feel like a failure, and I feel like, yeah, well, you could have still done it, because look at these other people who have worse conditions than you, and they still are successful. But they're not me, and their condition is not my condition, and the way, or even if it is, the way it presents in them is not the way it presents in me. You know, Lyme disease is so across the board. It presents so many different ways that you could have 50 people in the same room with all have Lyme disease, and none of them have the same presentation of their body, you know, and who have different home lives and have different backgrounds and different situations, you know, than I do. And I just get so down on myself so often, and God's been really trying to show me, like, no, just stop. Like, you need to just do it. And I'm so afraid of failure. Like, that's one thing I've been really, like, not wanting to talk about this business, because I'm so afraid of failure. And I'm so afraid that I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to put it out there, and all you are going to know about it, and then it's not going to work out. And it's going to flop, and then here I am again failing at something that, you know, that's why I'm kind of like, oh, if I just don't tell anybody and just grow it organically differently, like the people that don't know me, then if it does fail, oh well, because they don't know me anyways. But like, I feel like you guys know me more. I mean, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know, that is scary. It's scary to talk about, and it's scary to put that out there. But God's really been showing me I need to trust him. And I need to just, like she said, just do it even if it sucks. You know, even life is sucking. Like, oh well, it's probably not going to get better. So why am I waiting around for it to get better? And the thing is too, like, it's not going to get better if I don't do anything about it, right? How is it going to get better unless I make a change in my life? And that's difficult because with my illness, it's like there's only so much I can physically, mentally do to change. But there are things I can do to change. And that needs to be done. And that's kind of circling back here a little bit. What Josh told me when he invested in me, he's like, look, he's like, I don't care if you fail as long as you've tried. And to me, I'm like, okay, that gives me such a relief, because I'm like, I'm so scared that I'm going to fail and I'm going to lose all your money and it's going to be wasteless. I'm going to waste all my time. And he's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. He's like, it's just money. Like, as long as you are happy and you are trying and I do my best at it, and if I fail, then I fail. Oh well, we can try something else. But at least I tried. I'll never know if this will be successful if I don't try. And I've been setting myself up for success, unlike before. I'm part of this business group now. I've been learning a lot about things. I'm still not even planning on starting my store until at least June, if not later, because I want to make sure that, for one, I make products that are really good quality and really well done, which I've already am good at it, but I want to make sure I'm great at it before I put it out there, because like, I want to give people good product and to know, like, oh yeah, she actually does a good job. She's not just a half-cracked baker or half-cracked crafter that like doesn't really know what she's doing. You know, I need to make sure that I'm putting out good product, and so I'm taking my time to make sure that I'm learning my product and knowing my product front and back before I put it out there. And also the business aspect of things too, like that I am being smart about business decisions, that I am budgeting correctly, that I am planning my time correctly, that I'm doing all these things correctly. And that's part of this business group that I'm in, or membership that I'm in, is they teach you how to do that, and it's amazing. And so, yeah, and so that's what Josh has really blessed me in, that is saying, like, I'm going to help you because I want you to succeed. I believe in you. I believe you can succeed. But even if you don't, it's okay as long as you tried. And it's like a huge weight off my shoulders, because that's something for me ever since I was a tiny kid. If I didn't succeed at something, then I would consider myself a failure, and I would rather not do it than do it and fail, if that makes any sense. And I've heard a lot of TAG kids are like that, so I don't know if TAG is still a thing, but back when I was a kid, like back in grade school, we had talented and gifted program, and I was in that. I was in TAG. I was very advanced in my learning. And so I've heard from a lot of other kids who are in TAG, or I guess we're adults now, people who are in TAG that are like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, it's, if you're such a perfectionist that it's like, if you can't do it right, you just don't do it at all. Like, what? How does that even help anything? But you're so scared of failing that it's like, well, I can't fail if I don't do it. But then you do fail because you didn't do it. You know, and it's your mind. Our minds are a crazy thing. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on as far as all that goes with business and everything. And I'm really excited. And I will talk to you guys more about it later, give you more insight on what I'm doing once I get things more figured out. I'm most likely going to be selling on Etsy to start. So this is not going to turn into a crafting channel. This is not going to turn into plugging my business channel. I will talk about it from time to time, because like, that's going to be my life. That has been my life for the past few months. And I hope to continue this and actually like make this a legit thing and not just a temporary hobby, but like an actual business that I can continue and grow for years, and make it into like a job, maybe a career, who knows. But So that will be part of my videos, because my videos are about my life. But it's not going to be like, I don't want you all to think like, oh great, she's going to come on here and always talk about her business and always try to like push people towards, you know, that. And no, I mean, I will to some extent, because like, yeah, I want people to buy from me. But this channel is about my life. And my life includes my business, and my life includes a lot of other things. So it's not really going to change much. Don't worry about that. On to, this kind of connects back to that video I was talking about grief. Stuff has been happening in my family. Like, y'all, I told Josh this new thing that happened, and his reaction was, holy. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Like really? I just... So on Friday before Easter, whatever day of the month that is, got the news that my uncle Jimmy, my dad's brother, is diagnosed with throat cancer. And for those of you who are new here, you might be like, oh, that sucks. But like, I mean, yeah, maybe you'd say that reaction too, but let me tell you why that reaction is so perfect for this. In the past 3 years alone, okay, 3 years alone, there have been 11 deaths in my family or close family friends. That includes some pets, but my pets are my family. In 3 years, we've lost 3 dogs. The first 2 were from old age. They were very old, and that was just their time. The second one, Scooter, was my baby. Some of you may remember him if you've watched earlier videos. He passed of cancer, and it was sudden, and I had literally I found out, and 24 hours later he was gone. So I didn't know. It was such a shock and such a intense thing for me. A legit trauma. Like, I didn't label it a trauma because I was like, I don't want to be one of those people that just says everything's a trauma. Like, my counselor was like, no, that's trauma. She's like, you experienced a severe trauma. And I'm like, yeah, I did. My child basically died. Like, that's trauma. But anyways, so out of the 11 members of my family and close family friends, I've included like close family friends too, because they're like family, you know? 5 of those 11 people, in the past 3 years, 11 entities, I guess, 4 of them were pets. But anyways, 5 of them died from cancer. And that includes my aunt, and that includes my dog. And my aunt is my dad's sister. Now my dad's brother has cancer. And my grandma, who is my dad's mom, passed away last year as well. So we have 2 people. My aunt Donna passed, and then like a year and a half, 2 years later, my grandma passed. And then now my Uncle Jimmy has cancer, and they're all within the same family. My grandma, my mom's side, has cancer. Her sister just recently passed away from cancer. Like I said, my dog died from cancer. My sister is a cancer survivor. She found out back in 2012 that she had colon cancer. Thank the Lord that she's a survivor. But still, my entire life until 2012, I had never known a single... Well, that's not true. I have never had a single person in my family who had had cancer. My mom has had a couple friends who have passed from cancer, but they didn't affect me personally because it wasn't like I knew them. I kind of knew them a little bit because they were friends with my mom, but it wasn't like they were close to me. But no one in my family had ever had cancer, nothing like that. And then until 2012, all of a sudden, people are dying and cancer is everywhere. And I'm just like... And like I said, just the past 3 years, if I'm going to go back to 2012, there's going to be a lot more deaths that I don't even want to talk about. But like in the past 3 years, there's been 11 deaths in my family unit. And so yeah, that's why Josh's reaction was like, I'm like, I know. Another one, like, of course he's still alive, thank God. And they say it's treatable, but they also, with this whole virus thing, it's been very difficult for him to get testing done. So last I heard, they were still trying to do a PET scan to see if it had spread to anywhere else in his body. Right now they know it's in his throat. They don't know if it's anywhere else. Carcinoma, I think, I don't remember the exact name. They said that cancer is very treatable, but it is a worry. Like, if it's spread, does that mean it's still as treatable? We don't know. I don't know. And it's hard because his wife can't even go into appointments with him because of this stupid virus thing that's going around. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating when you see people not taking it seriously. When, like, my aunt can't even go in with her husband to talk about his cancer treatments. It's messed up. So yeah, cancer has, like, legitimately taken over my family. It's really crazy. Oh, and my grandpa was in the hospital the same day, Friday. He ended up going to the hospital because he had, turns out it wasn't cancer, thank the Lord. But he had, like, massive amounts of stones in his bladder or his gallbladder that literally caused him to go into, like, liver failure. Apparently he was yellow, like jaundice, really bad. Like, my mom said he looked like a Simpson. He was so yellow. And she sent me a picture of him, like, after he got home, and he was very yellow, and she's like, oh, it was worse. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he must have legit looked like a Simpson. Like, that's, like, really bad. He said his numbers were really high, but thankfully they were able to get him in to the hospital, and he was only there for maybe 3 days, but none of us were able to go see him, so that was really scary. He was home for Easter, but it was really scary because we're like, we can't go see him. What if something is to happen? Like, I haven't seen them in over a month because of this. I don't want to take any chances of getting them sick. Even though I've been really cautious, like, you never know. You don't want to spread things. Like, there's reasons why they say just stay at home and not visit people. So it was really scary thinking, what if something major happened to him and I can't even be there? And then my uncle's dealing with this, and, like, his wife can't even be there. And we can't go see him, and just all this stuff. It's just overwhelming. So over the weekend, I was just really sick. I started feeling sick on Saturday. Like, I started getting really lightheaded and faint feeling, which I was like, oh, it's just POTS. I'm dehydrated. And then Easter, I was feeling okay, but then that night I had really bad IBS and threw up a few times. And I was like, that's nice. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've just been really, really tired. And I was just like, what's going on? I don't understand, because I was feeling okay. Why all of a sudden? And I watched that video by Annie Tay, and she's talking about how she was dealing with some really crazy emotions, and she realized that it was grief that she was grieving. And I'm like, oh my gosh, me too. Like, I just realized that, like, I'm grieving because just the Grandpa being sick, I mean, like I said, he's okay now, but it was still really scary. And then Uncle Jimmy with cancer, and I'm just like, we've already lost so many people. I'm just tired. I'm tired of losing people that I love. I'm tired of a lot of things. But yeah, I was like, wow, it really helped me to put words to the feeling. Is like, that's grief, man. That is grief. This video is long, guys. So if you're sticking through this, thank you. I had thought of putting it into 2 parts, but you know what? Whatever. If you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it. So it's just gonna be a long video. Anyways, yeah, I was just like, wow, that's what it is. And once I realized, I think she was kind of talking about the same thing in her videos. Like, once you realize it's grief, you can kind of realize, like, you can kind of know how to deal with it. And so I was just like, okay, God, like, I get it. I'm grieving, and this sucks. And all I want to do is sleep all the time, which, I mean, isn't that out of the ordinary for me, but honestly, I've been doing really good these past few months. And again, separate video, I've been doing really, really good. And so I'm just like, what is happening to me? Yeah, I was just like, I'm grieving. It's hard. This sucks. The situation really freaking sucks. And I just need to take some time and reflect on it and sit in it and realize, like, yeah, this is grief. It's what it is. It's what it does to you. And I need to give it to the Lord and allow Him to heal me and allow Him to walk through it with me. Because I think for many, many, many people, you just want to be over with. You want to just go from here to here and skip the middle part. But the only way to truly heal from grief is to go through the middle part. And that's what's so freaking hard. And I keep trying to push it back and push it back. I'm like, no, I'm over this now. It doesn't affect me. I'm okay. But it does affect me. And I'm not over it. I need to realize that, and I need to allow the Lord to minister to me and walk with me through that. So, Tay, if you're watching, I don't know if you're watching, but I know I gave you guys my information, but thank you for that video, by the way, because God used you and your experience to speak to me in my experience. And God is so cool that way, like He's so cool. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I have to talk about now that this is going to be about like an hour-long video. It's probably going to be the longest video I've ever done. I don't know, maybe I don't think I've been like blanking through most of it, so most of it has been me talking important stuff. So gosh, it might be an hour-long video for you guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's about, I think, what I had to say. Life has been rough, man. And I'm working on learning how to live through the suckiness. Learning how to keep going even though it sucks, and stop waiting for it to get better, because if the last 15 years of my life have been any indication, it's not going to get better. I can have good times through it though, and I can have joy and I can have peace through it, and that's what I need to do. And so I need to just push through, and I need to just do it. And that's where this business is coming in, and that's where, hopefully YouTube will be better for me, and I'll be able to really connect with you guys more. And like I said, post once a week, give or take a little bit. I'm not going to put any hard rules on myself, because if I do, it's just going to mess me up mentally. But that's my goal, guys. If you have stayed to the end of this video, holy crap, thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. I feel like I have a lot to say, and no one to really listen to me. So, thank you. It means a lot that you actually are taking the time to watch this video and listen to what I have to say. Really, really appreciate it, you guys. I really appreciate it. So, I'm gonna go. I need to eat some lunch, so I'm getting hungry. And then my sister and I are gonna go out grocery shopping. That's going to be a feat. I have been being really good, and I've only been going out once a week, because that's about how long my food store lasts, and I need to go out again. But we are going to run to the craft store and get some crafting supplies. And trust me, I understand the whole not go out unless it's necessary thing, and I've been trying really hard to I've been doing online orders for everything, but there's just a couple things I have to pick up in person, which really sucks. But once we got it, it's good. We're working on some crafting stuff for Mother's Day, so I'm really excited about that. And I can't really post it now because my mom watches videos. Dang it. But yeah, we're working on some arts and crafts stuff for Mother's Day. But then we're also working on some other things too. Like, we painted rocks the other day, and it was just it was so novelty, but it was so much fun. And I was like, I haven't painted anything since I was a kid. And I don't, because I don't view myself as an artistic person. I view myself as a creative person, but not an artistic person. And so I'm like, I can't paint. But we just painted rocks. Who freaking cares if it looks good or not? And it was so much fun. So we're going to be doing some crafty stuff, and I'm really excited about that. Anyways, I'm going to go now, guys. And hopefully I'll get this video edited and up. I'll do my best to get it up tomorrow. I'm going to try and get it edited tonight and up tomorrow. No fancy edits, as you can see, just basically cutting out the ums and ahs and the pauses and the weird things. So I will hopefully be able to talk to y'all really soon and see y'all really soon. Please do comment down below. I really do appreciate it. Even if I'm not able to reply back to you, I do read every single one of my comments, and I really appreciate people taking the time to say hi. So that's it. I'm gonna go now. Hopefully I can get this down to less than an hour. We'll see. Talk to y'all next time. Bye, guys.